this is a very special edition. We're calling it the Digital Drive because straight to the top story of this hour, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is all set to unveil his ambitious dreams of a digital India. What is really digital India? Government says the aim is to transform the country into digitally empowered knowledge economy. The foundation will be laid over the next 7 days, which is being famously called the Digital India Week. The inaugural ceremony today will have at least 400 CEOs, some of the top-notch names right on your screens right now. Besides Prime Minister Modi and, of course, Telecom Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad, you will have the likes of Sunil Bharti Mittal, Kumar Mangalam Birla, Cyrus Mistry and Mukesh Ambani. Besides Azim Premji also talk at that summit. Some reports have even quoted the possibility of Bill Gates gracing this occasion, but he's not coming is what we've picked up, and there will be the usual suspects of Modi Sarkar's flagship events that we just told you. The captains of Indian industry are likely to announce their association with some of the projects that may be unveiled as far as Digital India is concerned. The program aims to attract huge investments into the technology space and provide massive opportunities for existing players. I'm going to take it across to Gauri Dwivedi, who's at that event and is joining us with more details of what could be expected, what is Digital India all about, what sort of investments are going to come in, and what are really the pain points of this flagship initiative. Gauri.
It's an extremely ambitious project of the government, Digital India. The Prime Minister will launch the Digital India program today, and in fact simultaneous launches will happen across the country as well. The idea really is to digitize the key services to citizens across India. The idea is that services like education, health and even locker facilities should in fact be digitized. For that, of course, broadband connectivity is the core and the backbone of the entire network and the entire program, something that the government has been scaling up, but still the challenges continue to exist on that front. Beyond that, it's really an umbrella program comprising of 5 products and 5 apps. And of course, there will be more that will be built over a period of time. The government hopes that billions and billions of dollars of investment will flow in, both for electronic manufacturing as well as for software services. It is expected that some MOUs will be signed. In fact, top CEOs are expected to address after the Prime Minister today. Top CEOs in telecom like Mukesh Ambani, Anil Ambani are expected to speak as well at this event after the Prime Minister. So there is an expectation that some announcements, some MOUs are likely to be signed as well today. What really will be the on-ground investment is something that we'll know only in a couple of quarters down the line. But one thing is for sure, the government feels this could really be the big game changer that will impact both industry, jobs, economy and of course the citizens as well.
All right, those are live visuals that are coming from that event, and one did see the who's who of Indian IT really gracing the front rows there, and you have the top-notch ministers in absolute attendance, from the Prime Minister making an appearance any moment. This is actually not being held in Vigyan Bhavan, which is really the venue for most events like this. This is being held at the Indira Gandhi Indoor Stadium, so you can imagine the scale of presence that is being expected there, and it's a packed house like you can see for yourself. This is one of the flagship initiatives as far as the Modi Sarkar is concerned. They've been very big on Digital India. This is the formal launch to be done by the Prime Minister himself. It aims to make India a digital society and a knowledge economy. It is going to focus on technology as the key enabler of changes. The umbrella programs are going to cover multiple departments, and that's going to be one pain point as far as this initiative is concerned, that how are you going to coordinate with just so many states and just so many departments. Of course, this also entails big IT infrastructure. Does the government have the wherewithal? Is there enough spectrum? Is there enough bandwidth for something like this? So those are the key pain points. But for now, this is a big initiative, and let's bring us up to date, and let's actually get the graphics on air to give us a sense of what is going to be expected out of Digital India, because the 5 key products of Digital India are e-hospital, e-signature, national scholarship portal, the Digital India platform, and of course the digital locker. So you can expect that a lot of government documents that are issued online, say a PAN card for one, or you know, death certificate for one, can all be accessed online. You do not require hard copies for something like this. So as the information that's coming on your screens, over 400 participants focus on technology enabling changes. It's a vision of a digital India which will have digital infrastructure to deliver utilities and services to citizens. Remember, the cost is going to be 1,13,000 crore rupees, but this is all being done already. 1 lakh is already in existing schemes, and 13,000 additional money is going to be put in by the government. On your screens right now, the Prime Minister has just arrived for this initiative, an initiative again very close to his heart. You have the Minister, Ravi Shankar Prasad, attend to him, along with IT Secretary Sharma, who is right here on ET now talking to us. And I'm wondering if we can get a slice of that conversation that Mr. Sharma did have with us a short while back before, of course, the Prime Minister begins to talk. So we will listen in to Mr. Sharma. He's one of the key drivers. He was a part of the UIT project and the Nandan Nilekani, again, a very key architect of that initiative. And once we have Mr. Sharma, we'll go across and listen into him before, of course, the Prime Minister begins to talk. Let's listen into IT Secretary, who did have a special chat with ET now.
See, the Digital India program was conceptualized and was approved by the Cabinet last August. And since then, we have been working on the three broad areas in this space. The first is broadband connectivity to every citizen of the country. The second is make these services on demand, make these services so friendly to citizens that they are able to access these things. And third is empower the citizens to access these services which are riding on the infrastructure. So these are the broad three areas, and we have been working on all these three spaces. Specifically, my department has been working on re-engineering the software and services, bringing out policies in the area of open source, in the area of collaborative software development, in the area of open APIs, so that the softwares can talk to each other. So one is re-engineering the existing software. Secondly, utilizing the platforms to deliver new services. So there are a number of services which the Prime Minister today will launch. Unveil, and that is the way it is going. We expect that more and more services will be added to this basket of services which will be available to our citizens.
But sir, in the next 2 to 3 years, that's the time frame if we take, what are the first set of services, or what is the reach that you were really planning? If you could help us understand, in the next 2 to 3 years, where do you see this program going? See, we want to reach every citizen of the country. And it is more so for the poor people of the country, as the Prime Minister has said that the Digital India is not for rich people. Digital India is for poor people, for the marginalized. And therefore we want to make it applicable to every person. It must affect every person. So for example, whether you are taking any citizen services from the government, or whether you are taking, let's say, ration, or whether you are taking other entitlements, LPG. So everywhere we are going to leverage technology with a view to A, reduce leakages, B, to reach the people whom we want to reach, and C, to make the accessing of these services hassle-free for the people. So broadband connectivity continues to be a big challenge for the government. It is fairly behind its targets in terms of achieving broadband connectivity. Where do you see that going, and how big a challenge will that be in achieving these Digital India initiatives?
You see, I agree with you that the digital connectivity is an extremely important pillar of Digital India, because without that, the entire connected India and delivery of services will be affected. But let me also tell you that the National Optical Fiber Network project, which has been accelerated 30 times in the last 1 year, still the government felt that there is a need to redesign and reposition and basically change the architecture of the project. And as you may be aware, there was a committee constituted by the government. The committee has given a report.
Find us on Facebook at facebook.com/ETNow, and don't forget to click the like button. You can also follow us on Twitter at ETNowLive. To stay updated with all our programming, hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel by logging on to youtube.com/user/ETNow.